everyone, my name is Nur Atikah 2200401. I would like to share a speech on the impact of climate change on human health in United States. Let's begin. The impacts of climate change include warming temperatures, changes in precipitation, increases in the frequency or intensity of some extreme weather events, and rising sea levels. These impacts threaten our health by impacting the food we eat, the water we drink, and the weather we experience. Impacts will vary based on where a person lives, how sensitive they are to health threats, how much they are exposed to climate change impacts. People in developing countries may be the most vulnerable to health risks globally, but climate change poses significant threats to health even in wealthy nations such as the United States. First impact is due to water because of related to illness. People can become ill if exposed to contaminated drinking or recreational water. Climate change increases the risk of illness through increasing temperature, more frequent heavy rains and runoff, and the effects of storms. Health impacts may include gastrointestinal illness like diarrhea, effects on the body's nervous and respiratory systems, or liver and kidney damage. For example, climate impacts can affect exposure to waterborne pathogens such as bacteria, viruses, and parasites such as Cryptosporidium and Giardia. Second is food safety and nutrition. Why? Because of climate change and the direct impacts of higher concentrations of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere are expected to affect food safety and nutrition. Extreme weather events can also disrupt and slow the distribution of food. How? Because of climate change may increase the risk of exposure to chemical contaminants in food. For example, higher sea surface temperatures will lead to higher mercury concentrations in seafoods, and increases in extreme weather events will introduce contaminants into the food chain through stormwater runoff. Second is higher concentrations in carbon dioxide in the air can act as a fertilizer for some plants, but lowers the level of protein and essential minerals in crops such as wheat, rice, and potatoes, making these foods less nutritious. Third is mental health. Any changes in a person's physical health or surrounding environment can also have serious impacts on their mental health. In particular, experiencing an extreme weather event can cause stress and other mental health consequences, particularly when a person loses loved ones or their home. Individuals with mental illness are especially vulnerable to extreme heat because studies have found that having a pre-existing mental illness triples the risk of death during heat wave. People taking medication for mental illness that makes it difficult to regulate their body temperature are particularly at risk. The worst are these effects are projected to occur in developing countries among vulnerable populations. Declines in human health in other countries can affect the United States through trade, migration, and immigration, and has implications for national security. Last but not least, although the impacts of climate change have the potential to affect human health in the United States and around the world, there is a lot we can do to prepare for and adapt to these changes, such as establishing early warning system for heat waves and other extreme events, and taking steps to reduce vulnerabilities among populations of concern, raising awareness among healthcare professionals, and ensuring that infrastructure is built to accommodate anticipated future change in climate. And the last one is understanding the threats that climate change poses to human health is the first step in working together to lower risk and be prepared. That's all from me. Thank you.